مثل ما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي، نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. ولهذا الأسبوع نستضيف مستر سونيل. Good afternoon, Mr. Sunil.
Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome to EMARATI program, and it's our pleasure to visit your office today and let us to know more about Sunil. Who is Sunil?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. So I'm Sunil Damodar. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Sutra Communications. This is an agency we started in 2007. So we are a full-fledged advertising agency, which means we do all sorts of advertising, creative content, etc. That's what we do. We have on board, clients which include banks, jewelers, FMCGs, etc. So we service all of them with the creative content that is necessary to market a brand or a business.
Great.
So we have around 20 to 25 people here in the UAE. I'm blessed to be here.
Let us to go back early 2006, right? When you come to UAE.
No, I came to the UAE in 1997.
97. Let us to go in that early age. When you was coming to United Arab Emirates, what you see in this country, and also how you choose that field to enter that field of United Arab Emirates, which has a big competitors in the markets also.
So the business started in 2007. I came in 1997. So in 1997, the advertising industry, because there were some people, I'm from Mumbai in India, there were some people from our industry who were moving to the UAE. And I would talk to them occasionally, and they would all give me this rosy picture about UAE as to how beautiful it is in terms of the evolution of the business and how things are growing very, very rapidly. So I had this in mind that, if I get this opportunity, I need to go there. So 1997, it's God's blessing. I got a call from a friend of mine, friend and colleague who used to work with me, who was here. He called me and said, there is an opportunity here. Why don't you explore that? I said, okay. So I got a job. I came with a job in 1997, and yes, I stayed here. And thanks to the UAE, I always had this entrepreneurial spirit in me. But I think, being in UAE helped me grow that. I suddenly realized that I need to venture on my own. 2007, I started this business. I co-founded this business with my partner, and God has blessed us. So it's been a very good ride. We've seen very good times. We've seen some bad times as well. But I think the dynamic nature of Dubai has always and UAE has always helped us come back. So we feel blessed, and I think it's thanks to the UAE, absolutely.
So, Mr. Sunil, let us to talk also when you set up this business and when you enter the markets. How do you see the challenge of the markets, and how do you see to set up a business in United Arab Emirates? How it is easy, or there is difficulties?
I think the UAE is the easiest place to set up business. So, when you look at it from my perspective, I've set up business first here in the UAE. Then, I've also done a business. I have a business in India as well. Also, I've set up a business in Malaysia. We had, tried setting up an agency there. There is no market like the UAE in terms of how easy it is to do business and to set up a business. So it was the easiest thing. We never faced any problem. Everything was as smooth as it can be. The processes, everything is set in place that it just makes it very simple for an aspiring business person to come and set up business. In terms of challenges in the business, when we set up in 2007, if you remember, there was a downturn in 2008 that happened end of 2008.
World financial crisis.
That downturn, the financial crisis of the global market, that was one of the most difficult crises that we've handled because we had just set up business. By then we had 22 people on board. The market just went in. Nobody was expecting it. We all came in, started the business, imagining things are going to, just go up and up from here. That was in our imagination. But suddenly things changed. That taught us huge lessons, in terms of, so one, even during that time, our thinking was not to impact our people because there were 22 people we had hired. We had given them our commitment. So thanks to the vision of the UAE, we managed to keep the people. So we retained all the people. Obviously, we took loans from banks, etc. But the beauty is, even an SME like us got funds from banks. That is not possible in any other country, I think, according to my experience. They helped us out. They gave us the funds so that we could retain our people. And then we all saw the way UAE, bounced back and how. Meaning, from there, it just again went into one rise. And we are grateful. We stayed. We were resilient. We kept our employees. So I think that also is a blessing because that's a big thing. We did not let them, go away and say that, okay, sorry, now we cannot keep you. Because there were some clients, real estate clients, especially some of them who did not pay money, etc. But, the market helped. I think it's thanks to the vision of the UAE. So that's how we kept going.
Let us to know more how you build trust in the markets with your client and how it's important to have a long relationship with our also employees.
So both clients and employees, both are relationships that are extremely important. So, our biggest clients, our average relationship is more than 6 to 7 years. And we are blessed for that. And that is thanks to our employee as well. Now, I am a big believer of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid's philosophy of business first. Because I believe if you have business, you can keep people.
That's right. I saw his book behind you.
Absolutely. So I think, people are important. But then I always tell my team also, business is important. Because if there is business, then you're there. We all exist thanks to the business. So we ensure we are committed to the business, to our client. Hence, the relationship keeps going. Hence, we are also committed to our employees. So, we are very particular about that. So that is our thinking, that is our philosophy.
Today we have AI, artificial intelligence, which enter our doors and knock every doors in the world. Let us know from your experience also and how it's important to use it to make it our life more easy and fast, we can say.
When AI came in, when it started, we were all very skeptical. We were all very worried as to what will happen because, everybody kept talking about how this is going to make human life useless or, a professional person's life useless because AI can do everything. That was the logic of it. But we said, let's look at it from another way. Can we help use AI to serve us better? And that's what we did. The minute AI, the boom started, we got into it head on and we started understanding what it can do for us. And we have used AI only to our benefit. We have not let it scare us. And we continue doing that. We keep investing in AI tools so that we give our clients better output. And that's, we've been successful, we've been blessed, and I think that's our, that's the way we do it.
R&D is very important in every business. How you build that research and development side in your company?
So like I said, in our business, AI is the biggest tool right now, in terms of new things. So that's what we do. So we ensure our people are constantly trained and updated on the new tools that are coming up. Like we were talking earlier and I mentioned to you, the change now is so rapid. It's almost like every 3 months, and it's extremely rapid. Hence, it's more important that one of us is constantly aware of what are the tools that are happening. So right now, our people are so trained that they are themselves looking at what are the new tools that are happening. Sometimes they come and tell us that this is something new. Should we explore it? We immediately get into it. We understand the capabilities and we think whether it will make sense for a client, and then we adapt that. That's what we do. So that's our investment into R&D. We would call it that.
What's the future plan? What the next 5 years?
The future plan is obviously be updated about what is happening. It is AI today. It could be something else that's coming up. Our business philosophy is client first. So it's all about, we are an advertising agency, but we should not think just for, we are not artists. I don't call ourselves artists. We are people who manage clients' ROI. Right? At the end of the day, we are responsible for giving them an output that connects to you as a customer.
Right.
So we need to be very aware of that. So my investment in the future will be only towards that goal. So if a client gets the best from us, we are safe. We are going to go on. And for that, you need to be constantly aware of technology, all the innovations that are happening, new tools that are happening, and also, in terms of thinking, we've kept ourselves very, very nimble and flexible. So it's like anytime there is a change that happens, we need to be with that change. We need to quickly move with that change. That's our philosophy.
So let us to know, Mr. Sunil, personally, who support you?
So I would call one, the thinking of UAE as the philosophy of the UAE leaders, etc. That's the most important. The other is our business is a partnership. So I have a partner as well. We are support for each other, and that's our biggest strength. So I believe when there are two people running a business, it's always better because both come with certain strengths.
Right.
And when they are together, it's magic. That's what I believe our business is successful thanks to that, to this beautiful partnership. Both have different skills. We have our little arguments and all that, but it's only for growth. It's not about, it's for the clients better, it's for the businesses better, and that's what is helping us. So I think, these are the things, and the market conditions, this is made for an entrepreneur, this part of the world. If you have that spirit in you, or if you are a professional seeking excellence, I think it's a beautiful place to be.
So always in Dubai, you see a lot of events or exhibition happen, and that's, I think, it's a big support also for every local company. How you see from your perspective that's events and that collaboration which happened from Dubai to the world, or from the world to Dubai?
I think Dubai has changed the dynamics of events. It's more, if you look at Gulf Foods, for example, if you look at Gitex, these are events where people want to go. So when you talk about, when you go back home or you're in a different country, everybody is talking, for a business meeting or something, everybody is talking about being in Dubai to participate in a certain event. So Dubai has changed the whole perspective of events. They've made it more exciting. The energy is very, very high. People want to come in, they take that opportunity to come in because they see that the business first philosophy of this part helps them grow the business, reach more clientele. So it brings the world together. I think that's the beauty of Dubai and exhibitions and events.
What's your advice for the people who are planning to come to United Arab Emirates and to invest, for the people who are planning to come to work in this peaceful country?
If you're an aspiring entrepreneur and you're looking at investment, if you don't come to UAE, meaning then I have a problem. They should consider UAE first because this is the best place to set up a business. Reason being, it's so easy to set up a business. It has a business first philosophy. Practically most of the bigger giants are coming and sitting here. They're setting up, establishing, they're thriving here. So if you have anything in mind like that, you should consider this place first. because all the facilities are made for a business's prosperity. So you cannot skip this part of the world. You should be here. That's critical.
And for the young generation, what you'd like to advise them?
I think you need to think like UAE or Dubai. That's what your philosophy should be, because anything happens. Today we are seeing some conflict, etc. But if your mind is only about progress and growth, there is no problem. That's what your mind should be. So if you keep every setback, if you look at and say, "Oh, I give up now," it will not work. So this country teaches you on that. It teaches you a lot about that. Whatever happens around you, etc. Because there are so many things that can happen that are negative. People can put you down, etc. But if your thinking is, let's move on, let's look at next, let's look at continuity, let's look at how we keep walking, keep achieving more. Absolutely. So if you have that perseverance, if you have that determination, you will always grow.
Mr. Sunil, a message to the close people who are support you very personally. From your family, from your friends, from your employees. What you would like to say to them?
I would say thank you, because they've been a very, very important part of my life. Especially my partner, at home, my wife, who's always been supportive. She's never talked about. I keep traveling a lot. I'm mostly not at home, or we are busy at work, late nights, etc. But they've always let me be, let me do my work, etc. My employees, they've supported us in terms of ensuring our clients get the best, and that is important. So the minute they start doing that, you don't need to be so involved in your business in terms of every little aspect. You can trust them, because you don't have to interfere in everything. You need to let it be, and it can help grow. So yeah, I think.
A message for the UAE government and to our gym leaders for their support and for the sake of this country, and also for the opportunity for in a business, for their support to the best university, college, hospital, hospitality, a lot of things, entertainment. Alhamdulillah, United Arab Emirates, it's a leader on that.
UAE, I think I'm always grateful to, because one is, the spirit that it has given me for entrepreneurship, etc., and it continues to give me. I thank them for keeping us safe during this time, for never letting us get worried, because, we never thought that I need to get out, I need to, go back home and wait till this happens, etc. We always felt safe, and I don't mean me, I mean as a family, our employees, everybody. There was not a single person who said, I'm worried, because we knew UAE is looking after us, and I think no country will look after you like what the UAE has done. And the other thing is, despite everything, whatever is happening around the world, the spirit of UAE is very different. We've seen that during the financial downturn, we've seen that during COVID, and we are seeing it now. It's the beautiful. It's a country. The leaders are so wonderful. Like the ruler of UAE, calling all of us an EMARATI, like you, was the most beautiful statement you can make. So I personally feel that though I'm born in India, I say in Hindi, "Dil Emarati."
Thank you very much, Mr. Sunil, for your time to be with the Emarati program. It was my pleasure to visit you today, and was for Emarati program an amazing interview. Wish for you all the best and success, inshallah.
Thank you very much.